Hello guys, before we actually start the video, well, I recently watched the news casting for, Fate Grand Order's new event for Fate Samurai Remnant, or the collab for it. Which, by the way, excited to finally see, my girl, not Ushi Wakamaru, but more like, Ushi Gozen, which is her name in the game, or at least in the fake, in like Samurai Remnant. But more or less, I'm pretty excited for like the younger Raiko to be in the game, which will also give me a lot of ideas for story. Anyway, guys. Anyways, hope to see you again. And today we're gonna be talking about Fate Remnant Collide. So let us begin, shall we, ladies and gents? Currently, we currently see our girl Cinder as she's currently going through the city of Vale, or more specifically, the outskirts. As while she was there, she would say to herself, now, as for you, Max Goodwitch, I meant Rex Goodwitch, though I am not really interested in you specifically, my master wants you. And because of that, we're going to be bringing you there soon. The day of the ruin of Beacon. I shall soon get you, she would say. But while she said that, she would notice something in the distance. More specifically, a shivering wind. As she would say, interesting. So, we would go to a different perspective. We currently see the now team, wait for a second, Team Wrath, as they're currently in the library. As one of them would say this, specifically our boy Walter. So, boss, he would say. As Izuku would look at him as he would say, Oh, what is it? As he would look towards him once again as he would say, so, about your pals. I heard from one of them, more specifically, I think her name was, what's her name? Drake or something? As he would say this. Oh, you mean, wait for a second. Oh, you mean Francis Drake. What is it? As he would say this. Well, I heard that apparently you're gonna get more of these servants of yours. I'm quite surprised after hearing that. As Tina would say this. Wait, really? If that's true, then you're gonna have an entire army, Rex? As he would say, I guess. As Harmony would just look at him as she would just say, great, more people. That sounds fun, she would say. As Izuku would just look at her as... Not Izuku, I meant Rex would just look at her as he would say, hey, calm down. Besides, if there's going to be an emergency, I won't be able to summon, any servants right now. Let's just say that. As she would say this. Yeah, whatever. Though, wait for a second. As, Harmony would say this. I am, curious or whatever, she would say. As he would say, what is it? As she would say, well, have you heard? Apparently the Vista Festival is coming soon. And I also heard from my upperclassmen that apparently General Ironwood is coming here. As when not Izuku, I met Rex would hear that, he would say, wait, you mean Uncle Ironwood? After hearing that, all of them would just look at him as he would say, Uncle Ironwood? Said Walter, a bit surprised, as he would say, oh, yeah. Uncle Ironwood would always take care of me and train me. I'm surprised that he's coming here. As one of them would say this. Well, it does make sense, said Tina. Considering that he's the headmaster of Atlas. As Izuku would just look at her as he would say, oh, yeah. Anyway, wait for a second. Anyway, continuing on. As when Izuku asked them about, his uncle, aka, General Ironwood, as one of them specifically, Tina would say this. So, about the other stuff with Team RWBY, she would say, as he would say this. Oh, what about them? He would say. As she would just look at them, as she would say, well, we heard that they're pretty much made up now, and I also heard that, that they're planning to try and find a way to, or at least trying to spy on the whole White Fang thing, she would say. As Izuku would, not Izuku, I meant Rex would be surprised. I would say, oh, really? Well, that's surprising. Though, I am curious. Why are they doing it? As, Walter would say this. I don't know. Maybe perhaps they're trying to find a way to stop them? And I also heard that they're also planning into bringing some friends to take them down as well, he would say. As Harmony would say this. Yeah, whatever. Honestly, it's more of a drag than anything else, she would say. As Izuku would say, not Izuku, I meant Rex. As Rex would say, please, Harmony, just, as she would say this. You don't have to talk to me, she would just say with a cold tone. As he would say, oh god, he would say to himself. As Harmony would just look at him once again, as she would say, whatever. Just tell me if you can heal my eye or anything. And if you don't have that ability, I won't be talking to you, she would say. As after hearing that, he would say, I see. Well then, what about, as before they can say anything else, they would hear a large explosion. As they would hear, as after hearing that, Rex would say, what the heck was that? He would say, as, everybody would tell him to basically be quiet. As he would say, oh, sorry about that. As Walter would look at him, concerned, as he would say, oh, it's probably just a food fight, he would say. As he would say, a food fight? As Tina would say this, oh, yeah, we recently gotten some word from a student that apparently they're causing a food fight. More specifically, Team RWBY and Juniper. After hearing that, he would say, I see. Well, that is certainly quite a predicament. Though my mother's definitely gonna kill them, he would say. As after hearing that, the rest of his team would just, be shivering at that thought. As you'd say, I mean, my mother's scary, but not that scary. Or at least somewhat. Just make sure not to make her mad or all that, and that much, okay? Wait for a second. As Izuku would say, I also, heard that as before they can say anything else, they would hear the sound of, well, let's just say more explosions, as you would say. I'm guessing they're still doing that food fight, he would say. As one of them would say, Tina would say, well, yeah, probably. Though I am wondering what are they doing exactly, and why are they doing that food fight anyway? As Izuku would, Rex would just say, probably just for fun, he would say. As after hearing that, she would just, just look at him as she would say, yeah, probably. As after saying that, they would get ready to leave the library, but before they can, they would see two people there. Wait for a second. They would see Star, as Star would say this. Oh, hey guys, she would say, as she would, run up to them, including another person behind her, as he would say this. Oh, hey Star, said Rex. As, Walter would say this. Well, howdy, partner. Been a while, he would say. As she would say this. Yeah, nice to meet you guys. Anyway, we're here to say hello to you guys. Since we're gonna be staying here for the Pistol Festival, she would say. As he would say this. Wait, really? Huh. Though I am curious, said Rex. As she would say, curious about what? As he would say, so how are you? And wait, who are you? As you look towards a boy, he would see a man wearing, goggles and blue hair. As he would say this. Oh, hey, dude. Nice to meet you. As he would be, shaking a little bit. In what at least everybody was thinking, excitement? As specifically Sun would say this, or should I say, Star. As she would say this. Oh, come on, Neptune, don't be shy. As, Rex would say this. Hello there. Mind telling me what your name is? As you would say this. The name's Neptune, dude. It's nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan, he would say, as he would be, somewhat excited. As Izuku would say, wait, a fan? Huh. Nice to meet you then. As he would be shaking his hand furiously, as he would say, I'm so excited to meet you. You're one of the most coolest huntsmen in training ever. I mean, you basically beaten down, one of the greatest, female huntsmen ever. I mean, wow. It really is nice to meet you, he would say. As he would say this. Yeah, thank you, too. Anyway, my nice to meet you too. So, anyway, why are you here exactly? As he would look towards, well, Star. As she would say this. Oh, we're here to, meet up with you. Well, more specifically, Neptune wanted to meet you. But we were mostly here to basically, well, me as well. We wanted to see you again, she would say. As Izuku would, I meant Rex would say, oh, I see. Thanks for the help anyway, he would say. As she would say this, no prob, she would say. As Izuku would look towards Neptune, as he would say this, I'm so, here, can I have an autograph, he would say, as he would held up his, his weapon, which resembles that of a simple, some sort of simple gun. As he'd say, sure. As he would grab a marker, as he would basically write on his, the barrel of his gun, as he would say, thank you so much, he would say, as he would be, fanboying of the, of his now, autographed weapon, as he would say, I'm so gonna turn it into a family heirloom, he would say, as Izuku would say this, I'm at Rex, thanks, man, he would say, dang, this is it's still embarrassing seeing those types of people. But I don't mind all that much, he would say to himself. As one of his servants, specifically Emiya, would say, yeah, that's still quite the sight, he would say. As Izuku, Rex would say, yeah. Anyway, Emiya, can you make dinner for now? Considering that they all know you now, so you don't really need to hide it. As you'd say, very well, master. As after saying that, we would go back to the actual, to the real world. As Neptune would say this once again. Anyway, Rex, my man, Rex, can I actually call you Rex? I mean, as Izuku, Rex would say, oh, just call me Rex. I hate being called by a formal name or anything of that sort. As he would say, cool dude, can't wait to see you at the, at the little, dance next time. See ya. Oh, God, I'm so happy meeting him, you would say. As Star would say, yeah, Neptune, let's go before you start singing up the place with your fanboyness. As after saying that, they would start leaving, as, Neptune was waving him off. As, we would go back to, well, Rex, as you would say, well, that was quite the interesting sight, he would say. As, Walter would say this, is that really a common, thing, partner, you would say? As he would say this, yeah, let's just say a lot of people would always like to, meet up with me. Especially sponsors and fangirls. As after hearing that, Harmony would say this. Well, that is pretty obvious, though I pretty much don't like the sight of fangirls. Gives us, regular old huntresses a bad rap, she would say. As after hearing that, he would say, yeah, I can imagine. Anyway, let's get going, he would say. As after that, they would leave. But before we actually, end off this video, we go to another perspective. So, we would currently be in a really far off place. More specifically, in Atlas. As we would see somebody coming out of some sort of summoning circle. As the person would be revealed to be some sort of servant? And so, this is where we're gonna be ending off this episode. So, yeah. So, bye bye!